Imagine being a kid in the 90s and Pokemon just came out. The only thing you have to hear about rumors of the game are on the playground, on the school bus, or at lunchtime. So, there were many outlandish and crazy things people said about Pokemon when it first hit the scene in '96. Some of them being the most bizarre things you'll ever hear, but then again, being a kid growing up in the 90s with very little knowledge of anything in the world yet, and not even knowing what the internet is, well, we'd had to believe that, right? Here are some of the most outlandish things we heard growing up while playing Pokemon Red and Blue for the first time. I think out of all generations of Pokemon, Generation 1 has the most representation by Game Freak, just being the fact that it was the one that started the whole series. So you had back then Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, and Green version, which was only in Japan. Though the school rumors were there was a Pokemon Purple version, with brand new Pokemon and even more badges. This, of course, was a crazy rumor, and of course, us being kids searched high and low for this elusive Pokemon Purple version. I think that's where I first heard about that ridiculous Mew 3 thing. And also, another Pikachu. Weird stuff like that that never came to be, and Pokemon Purple does not exist. Unless there's a ROM hack called Pokemon Purple now, but back then, there was no such thing as Pokemon Purple. So that's one of the crazy things we heard growing up. I think one of my favorites, which I always tell everybody, in Pokemon Red and Blue, if you beat the Pokemon League a certain amount of times, you get your own Pokemon gym, and you get to fight Professor Oak. And yeah, that one is really crazy. When you're a kid, you don't think about how ridiculous it actually sounds. Of course, that was fake as well. I knew somebody that beat the Pokemon League. I think you had to, the rumor was that you had to beat the Pokemon League at least 10 or 15 times. And then you get your own Pokemon gym and people come and battle you. That would have been a cool concept, but still to this day, no Pokemon game is like that. I have no idea where that rumor even came from. I think it was just people speculating, kids just having fun, speculating what could be in the next Pokemon game. Because that's all we had was Red and Blue. There was no internet for us to check. I mean, there was internet, but you think a bunch of kids are going to know what the internet is? Especially when we're like 3 years old at the time Pokemon came out? No way. So that was one of my favorite rumors, I think. I still tell people to this day, and it's outlandish, yes. It's one of the more outlandish ones, but that one was a fun one, because it made us want to challenge the Pokemon League over and over and over again. And the Pokemon League was tough back then. So the idea of beating it 10 times and then getting your gym does sound crazy, but at the same time, hey, it gave us something to do. One of my absolute favorite ones, which everyone has heard of, every Pokemon fan has heard of throughout the years. In the original Red and Blue, there's a truck sitting next to the SSN. So if you have Surf before you get to the SSN, you can surf to the right of the SSN, and there's this truck sitting there. Now, what is the legacy of this truck? Well, they say if you went up to this truck and press the A button, Mew appears. But that was never true. The truck was there, yes, but the whole Mew thing was never actually had anything to do with the truck. So now it's called the elusive Mew truck. Which Mew truck? It's kind of funny it's called Mew truck when Mew has nothing to do with the truck at all. It was just that speculation when we were kids that if you got to that truck, you get Mew. Although, in the game there is a way to get Mew using the Lavender Town glitch, which is a legit way to get Mew, but that's about it. That's the only appearance of Mew. The Mew truck, I don't know when that started or who started it, but that was a great rumor, and it's still carried on to this day. Even to the fact that when they remade Red and Blue into Fire Red and Leaf Green, the truck is still there, and then Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, the truck is also present there too, probably paying homage to this elusive Mew truck that was in the original games. I like that Game Freak kept it in, but that was one of the biggest ones I think that everybody heard about was that Mew truck. And you know, being a kid back then, you're thinking about how ways to get Surf before everything, but it was just speculation, and it didn't turn out to be true. At least we know that one was 100% false. But hey, the Mew truck lives on. It is fantastic. I love that one the most, honestly. The most famous, I think one of the next most famous ones, is definitely the story of Lavender Town, where kids were playing Pokemon, and when they got to Lavender Town, the music would drive them crazy and psychotic and all that. That has been debunked in recent years. Maybe some kids had some brain trauma or something that was triggering the music, but there are different versions of the music of Lavender Town. There was one that was a lot more harsh than the one we got, and it sounds horrifying, yes. Lavender Town itself is a very horrifying thing, but all the rumors we heard about Lavender Town growing up, that whenever we went into Lavender Town when we were kids, we turned off our sound on the Game Boy Colors because we didn't want to hear Lavender Town, and we were worried about having a seizure like we heard from, I don't even know where we heard it from, but we just didn't want to even have Lavender Town playing when we were kids. Still to this day, Lavender Town's music is very creepy. I wonder why they went for that kind of music when no other music even comes close to that in the mainline games. It's really weird. But Lavender Town, of course, has its own mystery and stories to tell. Maybe for a good Halloween episode. But the story Lavender Town requires like a whole full 10-minute video on its legacy and what actually happened. But as far as everyone's knowledge, that stuff about Lavender Town is not true. There's a lot of creepypasta out there, I know, but all of it is just speculation. And kids having seizures and stuff, it didn't really happen. Maybe some had seizures, but it wasn't due to Lavender Town, as they want you to actually believe. While sitting here editing, I remembered of another rumor. Here's one that's really good that I'm sure lots of fans have heard of before. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this one. In Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, you can ride the rocketed ship up to outer space to catch the mythical Pokemon Deoxys and the mythical Pokemon Jirachi. That one I've heard so many times before, it's crazy. That one might be the most insane. As cool as that would have been, that's also cafeteria school talk kind of stuff. Of course, then people were starting to use the internet. Kids like us were starting to use the internet, so more and more YouTube came into the picture around that time too. So things like this were easily getting debunked. It's quicker, at a faster pace. And I think this is one of the last really big rumors I heard when I was growing up, was you can ride the rocket ship to get Deoxys and Jirachi. And the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, you can go to outer space and get Deoxys. So that did become available later on, but in the original base Game Boy Advance games, not possible. And I don't know where that rumor even started. It was just something I heard on the playground, at the lunch table, wherever it was. It was crazy. Thank you for watching today's video, guys. I hope you really did enjoy it. These are just some of the rumors and stories we heard when we were growing up. If you have any stories that you'd like to tell us, please leave it in the comment section below. We read and respond to every comment that's posted here on the channel. If you guys really like it, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, drop a like on the video, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for being fans of the channel and being awesome Poke fans. We hope to hear from you soon, and we'll see you soon with a brand new upload. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful day.